Let's discuss some sales principles that are important for you to understand and know. Consumer mindset has totally changed, and getting to the next level of consumer service and excellence will require a different approach from the status quo that a lot of optometric practices have been mastering for a lot of years. As optometric consultants, you should never say the following in any way, no matter what the circumstances are. It's very quiet these days. It's winter, and so business is a bit quiet. We are not doing the kind of sales we are used to before. Patients are not spending on glasses like they used to before. The list goes on and on. You need to stay positive, upbeat, and optimistic about the practice every single day. As a team, you need to see and speak vision at all times. If you don't know why your clients keep coming back to your practice, you will struggle to understand why they're leaving and not returning. And so consumer mindset has totally changed, and getting to the next level is something that is of utmost importance. And so here are some important things to remember about the consumer. Listen to the consumer's concerns and needs. Learn consumer names like the store depends on it to survive. Every walk-in is a potential patient. Every patient is a potential customer. Every customer is a potential client. Every client is potentially 5 to 10 new customers or consumers for the business. Every satisfied consumer leads to a new referral, and excellent service delivery and experience constantly leads to increased sales in that particular practice. So sales is simply just basically leadership if you think about it. How? Your consumer goal is to lead them to where you ideally both want to go, and this will be achieved through the following. A, ensuring that you fully know the products that are sold in the business. This will give you the ability to upgrade the management solutions the consumer currently has. It will enable you to adapt to the variety of consumer needs that might exist, and it will provide you with the tools that you need to achieve the set targets. B, ensuring that your service delivery is the best in the business. Excellence should be the only acceptable solution or standard of operation in the practice, nothing else. Never wait for consumers to follow up on the orders with you in any particular way. Even if it's a service that you rendered and you need to give them information, never let consumers get in touch with you before you get in touch with them. Service delivery is like water for your business. The practice cannot survive without it long enough. And so, number C, ensuring that you are well trained with pricing structures that exist in the business. You need to know your pricing so that you can know how to make deals on the spot that the consumer can afford and still allow the practice to still make profits on those things. So you have a challenge with quotations, you have a challenge with medical aid not covering the full management solution that you are recommending. There's a difference between what the patient can afford versus what they need, and what the medical aid covers versus what the price of the spectacles are. So if you know your pricing and you know your products, you stand a better chance of effectively communicating. And so quotations of the different products and management solutions need to be readily available. You need to know how to communicate pricing with the different types of consumers. Understand the different options. Understand that if you combine the basic lens material with this multifocal lens design, this is the pricing with this frame. So you need to have a file readily available with different options that you can effectively be in a position where you can communicate with the consumer pertaining to products and pricing. We say here, if you are leading the business, for example, you need to ensure that you unlock the full potential of the team. Care for them genuinely. Give everything you have and are into them, so that they can be able to go the extra mile for the practice. And so you lead by example so that they can serve by example. That's very, very important. And we go further here by saying that whenever a consumer says they need more time to think about the management solution you are proposing, your responsibility is actually to do the following. Probe them in a friendly and kind manner to discover what the actual challenges are. If the challenge is a financial one, don't be too focused on downgrading the management solution you initially suggested for a cheaper one so that you can just get the sale. Be confident in your service, product, and pricing, and tell the consumer to go and rather save up money for the management solution that you're recommending. Why? You have to always, with every single consumer, demonstrate the importance of the management solution and management plan to their problems, and how it will benefit them. What will they be gaining if they go with what you're recommending versus what will they be losing if they go without? And so look at the different aspects of your pricing where you can be able to make adjustments for them, but don't just be quick to downgrade just to get a sale without having effectively ensured that you have followed up on the full, or you've carried out the full sales journey cycle of a patient. So they need to see that you care and have their best interest in mind and not just the sale. So sometimes that which sounds like a challenge, especially when it comes to price, it's just a question of how flexible you are and how willing you are to just adjust your pricing a little bit in order for them to get the product that they need. And so always make sure that you still get to what the real issue is by asking the right questions and staying committed to finding the best possible solution for them that will benefit both them as the consumer and the practice. Never be overbearing to the consumer though. It pushes them away quite a lot. And remember, if they want to go shopping around for a better deal, it is okay. The thing about it is that a lot of practices that are scared that a person will get a better deal elsewhere. Here's the thing. If your work ethic was right, if the consumer experience was right, if you exceeded expectations, if your product knowledge was right, if the whole process of them making the appointment, getting their eyes tested, selecting frames, if all of that has been top class, the likelihood of them going elsewhere is very minimized. The challenge becomes if you did not do all of that correctly, the chances of them going elsewhere to get that which you are offering them for far cheaper then increases. So always remember that about the consumer, is that did you do everything that is beyond their expectations? And if you have done so, there's no way they're going to go elsewhere. And here's the thing, this issue of they will go elsewhere, I've never come across, in my years in optometry, I've never come across a situation whereby someone goes to a contact lens specialist for a full contact lens workup, or goes to a dry eye orientated practice, or goes to a pediatric optometrist, a low vision optometrist, goes through the whole process and then goes and gets their management solution elsewhere from another low vision optometrist, another pediatric optometrist, another contact lens. That has never happened. The only time when we're doing training and we're hearing an optometrist say, but they will go somewhere else, it's when you are only providing basic optometric services. So even if you're not specializing in all those other areas, but you have ensured that the work ethic, the service delivery, the quality of care, the exceeding of expectations, if you're ensuring all of that is at play, the likelihood of someone leaving to go elsewhere is very, very minimized. And so always remember that when it comes to these sales principles that we have alluded to, that's just how you effectively ensure that you follow these principles with every single consumer that comes to the optometric practice.